Hey everybody, welcome back to another weekly dividend portfolio update. This will be episode 6 in the series. Happy to say that we will be looking at a green week in this episode, making up for some losses for the previous weeks. Just as a quick reminder, we will be reviewing my portfolio's performance, comparing it to the S&P 500 and S&P TSX, and then any dividends I received this week, and finishing it off with the top 3 and bottom 3 performing stocks of the week. First up, we'll take a look at my Wealthsimple trade portfolio, where I was up $136.35, or just below 1% for the week, giving me a portfolio value of $14,165.64. I did contribute another $130 this week, but given the market's recent volatility, I did not invest the money yet, as I believe there may be some better buying opportunities in the future. You will also notice that next week, Monday is closed for Canada markets, so my portfolio update next week will only include 4 business days of activity. Up next, we have my Q-Trade portfolio, where I was up on the week $142.85, or 1.14%, giving me a portfolio value of $12,654.90. Although this portfolio only has 5 holdings and is not very diverse, I'm pretty sure it's outperformed my Wealthsimple trade portfolio, which has 31 holdings in every weekly update so far. If we combine both portfolios together, I was up a total of $279.02, or just above 1% this week, giving me a total combined portfolio value of $26,820.54. Overall, I'm just happy we had a green week, and I'm pretty happy with my portfolio's performance, even when compared to the indexes, which we'll get into now. If we look at the S&P 500 performance this week, we can see that it was up almost 1%, and the beginning of the week was looking bleak, but things turned around near the end. If we compare this to my portfolio, the performance was pretty much the same, so I can't complain. If we take a look at the S&P TSX performance this week, it was actually up higher with a 1.6% increase. This mainly had to do with the rise in some big name oil companies, which we'll get to later in this video when I mention some of my best performing stocks of the week. Getting to the dividends I received this week, we'll start off with my Wealthsimple trade portfolio, where I did receive 4 dividends. First up was Restaurant Brands, ticker QSR, and for those who don't know, this is the company who owns Tim Hortons, Burger King, and Popeyes. They paid me $2.01 on October 5th, and this is a quarterly dividend. On that same day, I also received another 2 dividends. One was from H&R REIT, ticker HR.UN, who paid me $2.24. This is a monthly dividend, which is most common for REITs. I then had Canadian Natural Resources, ticker CNQ, who paid me $5.17, which is a quarterly dividend. Finally, on Friday, October 7th, I received $3.70 from RioCan, ticker REI.UN, and just like the other REIT, this is also a monthly dividend. We then had my Q-Trade portfolio, where I did receive 1 dividend this week, which was from the REIT ETF that I own, which is ticker XRE, who paid me $3.21 on October 5th, and this is also a monthly dividend. This brings my total dividends for the month of October to $27.95. Not too bad, as this was the first full week of October. Now if we look at all the holdings I own, out of the 35 dividend holdings I have, 25 of them were positive this week, with the other 10 being in the red. And even some of those red stocks were only down like 0.5% or so. And now we will look at my top 3 biggest losers and winners of the week. In this episode, we will start off with the losers. First up is Algonquin Power and Utilities, ticker AQN, which was down 2.22% this week. As this stock continues to fall, I will look to add to my position, as I do believe they are a great quality dividend payer to own. We then have Brookfield Renewable Partners, ticker BEP.UN, which was down 2.25% this week. And my biggest loser this week was Keyera Corp, ticker KEY, which was down 3.86% this week. Now this was surprising to me because you have oil companies that were up a lot this week, and you even had natural gas companies like Enbridge who were also positive this week. But I guess they all can't be winners. Speaking of winners, let's now look at my best 3 performing stocks of the week. First up is Maple Leaf Foods, ticker MFI, which was up 4.48% for the week. I feel like this company is either up or down a lot. As for those who have watched my previous updates will notice that Maple Leaf Foods seems to be a reoccurring stock for both the loser and winner side. Next up was Canadian Natural Resources, ticker CNQ, which was up 5.57% for the week. And CNQ is no stranger to my biggest winner list, as they have been on this list for at least 3 weeks in a row. And that brings us to my biggest winner of the week, which was Suncor, ticker SU, who was up 6.7% this week. Just like CNQ, Suncor is also a frequent stock that has been doing great over the last few weeks, as the price of oil continues to climb. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I am sitting on around $160 in cash inside my Wealthsimple trade portfolio, and will look to add to some of my positions in the near future. I just want to see if this volatility continues in the markets, as it may mean I could have a better buying opportunity if things drop again. And that is my portfolio update for the week. Overall, I'm happy to see some gains in the portfolio's performance compared to the indexes. I also feel like I'm off to a good start with the dividends that I have received already in this month, and look forward to many more to come. Let me know in the comments below how your portfolio did this week, and are there any dividend stocks you are buying or are considering to buy in the near future?